Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be going over the draft rumor that Jayden Daniels' meeting with the Washington Commanders didn't go very smoothly, and I'll be talking about if I think it's BS or if it has some merit to it. Also be going over the pro day that the Commanders hosted, from the local guys. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. Alright, and I know people are going to be like, why are you spreading these rumors or whatever? I'm just going over some reports and I want to give you guys my opinions on it. Also do want to go over some of the guys that were at the pro day, including a Maryland quarterback a lot of you guys are familiar with if you guys are Terps fans. And then just, have a little bit of a discussion as well. We're getting to that, point of draft season where not a lot to talk about, so it's just a lot of rumors. And some of these things, like Colin Cowherd yesterday said that he has a source close to him. I think he said he has a source close to him who says that the Commanders are going to take Jayden Daniels. That he probably did have someone tell him that, but that could have been someone from Jayden Daniels' camp, or that could have been someone from the Commanders' camp who is trying to throw them off, guard. They're telling multiple people different things so that there's just a bunch of different things floating around. Because when the San Francisco 49ers in 2021, when they traded up to get that number 3 overall pick in the draft, someone was telling Adam Schefter that Mac Jones was going to be the pick because he was pretty adamant it was going to be Mac Jones. Obviously, it was not Mac Jones and it was Trey Lance. But someone was telling him that, and for him to report it that adamantly, I mean, he wasn't saying oh, it's guaranteed it's going to be the pick, but he was saying, they want Mac Jones. They're interested in Mac Jones. And for him to be that, upfront about it, he probably had someone who he thought he trusted inside the 49ers organization telling him that stuff. And they, the 49ers did a good job of throwing people off, and maybe the Commanders are doing the same thing. Maybe they're going to go ahead and take J.J. McCarthy or, do a little bit of a surprise here for the, do a little bit of a surprise and take someone we're not expecting. So you have to take all these things with a grain of salt. But I do want to go over the report right here. This is from Evan Silva. He's not a huge reporter. He is a mock draft guy, 220,000 followers. I think he does some fantasy football stuff, but he's mostly a mock draft guy. He has good sources when it comes to that because he has had some of the best mock drafts from the past. Obviously, every year is different, but he has won, I think, the mock draft competition or whatever at least once, but I think multiple times. But let me just go ahead and read his mock draft. He had us taking Drake May, or the Commanders taking Drake May, and I did like this point right here that he had saying the Commanders allegedly sent Sam Howell to Seattle for virtually nothing, which I don't really agree with. We got some good pick swaps, and none of the quarterbacks that got traded were getting a lot for. But he says because Howell and May are tight, and Washington didn't want that dynamic in its quarterback room. Well, guess what I said a month ago when we traded when the Commanders traded Sam Howell. I said the same thing because not that they didn't get any value from it. I didn't necessarily agree with that point from Evan Silva, but that they didn't want to create that weird dynamic between the two of them. I use those basically same words that Evan Silva did. I'm not saying he copied or anything. I'm just giving you guys my going over that tweet. And I think that is true because, and you guys might be like, well, Drake May and Sam Howell, Drake May said they're best friends, so why would that make a difference? Well, the thing is, when you're with your best friend and before Sam was the starter and Drake's the backup, and now it would be Drake's the starter and Sam's the backup. It does create a little bit of a weird dynamic, a little bit of a power struggle where the roles kind of reversed, and also you want the best for your best friend, and obviously that's not being a backup quarterback in the NFL. You want him to be a starter, so I think that possibly could play into this as well. But let's go over the part where he kind of talks about Jayden Daniels. So Daniels is rumored to be intent on playing for New England after Daniels' meetings with Washington didn't go as smoothly. That's what he said. He obviously heard it from someone. He's not making it up. Does that mean it's true? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it is a report now that is out there It is a report that is out there, so it's something to keep in mind. I didn't watch his IG live, but I think he was on live, on Insta live with Malik Neighbors and maybe Brian Thomas. All three of them are going to get drafted in the first round. Malik Neighbors is going to probably be a top 5, top 6 pick at worst, I would say. Maybe top 7, just because there's going to be probably 4 quarterbacks in the top 5. And then Brian Thomas, the guy, is going to be a first rounder as well. And they were just talking about the whole, just draft stuff. And again, I didn't watch it, but from what I heard, like Jayden Daniels was given like hints at like he wanted to go to the Raiders, and he doesn't have a choice. He really doesn't. If the Commanders want to take him, he's going to go there. I mean, I guess he could pull an Eli Manning, but I don't really see that happening here. You can have your preferences, that's fine, but at the end of the day, if you have a good mentality, you're going to be fine going wherever you go. And, if it is something that flusters you, going to Washington or whatever, then I don't want you as our quarterback, as the Commanders quarterback. I don't want them. I'm not saying Jayden Daniels is like that. You can have your preferences. That's fine. He was at Arizona State when Antonio Pierce was there, so there's a connection there. And I think he's from Cali. So, again, that would make a little bit of sense. I mean, even though they're not in Oakland anymore, they're in Las Vegas. It's just something to consider as well. And he said New England. Like, I don't know why he would want to go to New England and not Washington, but all these guys have their motives, I guess, because the meeting didn't go well. I don't know what to believe at this point. I think it's probably BS. And then you hear JPA, who, I mean, I don't know who's telling him this. He does have some sources, but I don't know. He's not an actual reporter, but he said there's no truth to recent rumors that Jayden Daniels wants to play for the Patriots over the Commanders, and he's happy with whoever drafts him. I wouldn't be surprised if, Jayden told him that or his agent told him that. But again, this report didn't get a ton of steam, national media steam, the Evan Silva one, so that's why I don't think a lot of the bigger reporters were saying anything about it. But yeah, so that's kind of it on the Jayden Daniels talk. I still think he's going to be the pick, and I don't think the meeting, maybe not going super smoothly, is going to... I mean, if it did go bad, then yeah, it could definitely impact if the Commanders are taking him or not. But if there was a couple things that didn't go amazing, that's probably happening with a lot of the players. There's 1 or 2 things that the team would have liked them to sit at, answer differently. But yeah, it's really, we're not going to know until 2 weeks from Thursday. And, people are saying, when I've talked about we're not going to know, people are like, no, we're going to know. Like, we know it's going to be Jayden Daniels. Or some people are saying it's going to be Drake May. I really don't think we're going to know until draft day. Again, I want Jayden Daniels. That's who I think the Commanders should take at 2. But they're keeping things tight, I believe, and maybe spreading out some BS. But let's see. Sorry, just looking at a notification from the Real Madrid game. But let's go real quick to the Pro Day. So they had one local Pro Day in Ashburn, and Talia Tagovailoa, Maryland quarterback, was there. Didn't get invited to a combine, and a bunch of other local guys as well that you guys can go down the list here. Not necessarily the Commanders. Like, this is more for them. It helps them, or not the Commanders, these players get some more eyes on them. And I guess the Commanders will get some more eyes on them for, themselves, and they'll get a close look at them. And that could lead to some of these guys maybe being undrafted free agent signings for them. And a couple of these guys, or a few of these guys, will get drafted. I saw Ben Stanek had one of these guys in his mock draft. Not completely sure who. Let me pull it up. Who it was. Beanie Bishop, West Virginia All-American cornerback. He had him in the Commanders mock draft as cornerback and return specialist. Let's see, where is he? Yeah, he's the first one on the list. But yeah, that's kind of it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys knew. Mock draft yesterday, go ahead and show it some love. And if you guys are here till the end, comment down below. Let's do something random just so I know you guys were here. We're gonna go just comment Jayden Daniels. Just comment Jayden Daniels, and yeah, hope you guys are having a good day. And yeah, 2 years ago today, I saw, Dwayne Haskins passed away. So unfortunate there. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Peace.